In this video, we will see the Maxwell induction bridge. As the name suggests, this bridge is used for measurement of inductance. You can say self inductance. Okay, what? How the bridge look like? Actually, the bridge look like R1, L1, and in this arm we have R3. In this arm we have R 2 and L2, and this inductor have internal resistance say R small r2, and this is R4, and the this R2 and L2 is variable. Okay, now this is the detector, and whatever circuit for source connection I am not drawing that. We can consider the source is connected through this point and this point. Okay, now this R1 and L1 are unknown. Mainly we need to know the value of L1. This L1 is unknown. Okay, now what we have the equation for balance condition, we have Z1 Z4 is equals to Z2 into Z3, right? Z1 into Z4 equals to Z2 into Z3. Now what is Z1? Z1 is R1 plus J omega L1, right? And what is Z4? Z4 is R4. Okay, now equals to what is Z2? R2 plus small r2 plus J omega L2, and that into what is Z3? R3. R3. Now we have to just separate the real part and imaginary part in this equation. So if I multiplied it, it will be R1 R4 plus J omega L1 R4 is equals to R2 plus R small r2 into R3 plus J omega L2 R3, right? Now, so in this equation the real part of the left side will be same as real part of the right side. So R1 R4 is equals to capital R2 plus small r2 into R3, and if I want to calculate the unknown R1, this will be divided by R4, right? So this is one equation, and if I just equate the imaginary part, we have omega L1 R4, and that is equals to omega L2 R3. Now if I cancel out the omega, we have L1 equals to L2 into R3 by R4. So this is the equation number 2. Okay, so these L1 and R1 is unknown. Mainly we need to measure the self inductance, and this is measured for self inductance. Okay, this is very important because in many PSU we have a short question for the usage of various induction bridge. So Maxwell induction bridge is for measuring the self inductance. Now there is one modification is done in Maxwell induction bridge, and that is equals to Maxwell induction capacitance bridge. Maxwell induction capacitance bridge. And what is the difference between the Maxwell induction bridge and Maxwell induction capacitance bridge? The induction, what we are measuring the inductance, we are here we measure the inductance with comparison with a variable, standard variable capacitor, right? So what is the means what is the configuration of the bridge? We can change this as, this is R2 and we have a capacitor parallel with the R4, and this resistor and capacitor are variable. Say this capacitor of capacitance C4. Okay. Now if I do the same type of calculation, we will get, let me do the calculation first. We have what we have, Z1 Z4, and that is equals to Z2 Z3, right? This is the standard equation. So what will be R1 plus J omega L1, this is Z1, and Z4 is this parallel R parallel capacitor, it means R4 into 1 by J omega C4, right, divided by R4 plus 1 by J omega C4, and that is equals to this R2 R3. Okay, now if I just separate the real part and imaginary part, we will get, I am just giving the result, you can do by your own. This R1 is equals to R2 R3 by R4. This is one equation for this unknown resistor R1, and for unknown resistor for inductor we have L1 is equals to R2 R3 into C4. Okay, now this is the equation number 2. So, and one more thing, we have a Q factor. What is Q factor? Means energy dissipated or absorbed by the inductor and capacitor with respect to the heat dissipated by the resistor. This is the concept of Q factor. Here the Q factor is omega L1 divided by R1, and this is also equal to 1 by means omega R4 C4. Okay, this is the expression of Q factor for Maxwell induction capacitance bridge. Now if I discuss the various advantages and disadvantages of this and Maxwell bridge, Here in the various means resistance and inductance final formula, we have what we have in the result. We don't get any frequency term appear in the equations. This is one advantage. Frequency term is not present. Okay, frequency term is not present, and we can measure a wide range of inductance. Okay, now these are the advantages, and what are the disadvantages? This variable capacitor is very costly. Capacitor of very high voltage is very costly, and it has low Q factor. Low Q factor. The range of Q factor for this bridge is between 1 to 10. Okay. Now there is another bridge for measuring the inductance is Hayes bridge. Hayes bridge. Hayes bridge. The bridge look like this. You can recall that in Maxwell inductor capacitance bridge, we have a variable capacitor connected in parallel. Here the capacitor is connected in series. This is R1, this is L1, this is R2, this is C4, this is R4, and this is R3. Now if I just calculate the impedance for balance condition, what we have R1 plus J. Hey friends, I am just taking 20 seconds of your valuable time. I hope you have subscribed my channel. If you are not, then please subscribe it, because this contribution from your side will really encourage me to do more videos like this. And if you find this video helpful, then please hit the like button. Thank you. A omega L1 into, we have R4 plus 1 by j omega C4, and that is equals to R2 R3. Here if I calculate the means I can just separate the real part and imaginary part. We get the means we get this expression R1 R4 plus L1 by C4, and that is equals to R2 R3. This is a condition, and for imaginary part we get omega square is equals to R1 by L1 C1 R4. L1 C4 R4. This is second conditions for. Okay, now what is more advantage for Hayes bridge over Maxwell induction bridge? It has very high Q factor, that is greater than 10, and our disadvantage is we can see the frequency term in the equation for balance condition. This is one disadvantage and this is one advantage. There is one more bridge configuration for measuring inductance, and that is Anderson bridge. The Anderson bridge is little more complex. I'm just drawing that. Here we have detector, and in this circuit there is a inductor, and here a capacitor is used. Okay. Now just name it. Let me use different marker because this is not running. This inductor has internal resistance say R1, and this is L1, and there is a variable resistance is used as small r1. This is R3, and this is say C. This is also a variable resistor say small r, and it has resistance R2, inductor L2. This is R4, right? Now the current flowing through this circuit is I1, this is I3, this is I2, this is I4, and this is IC. Same circuit, this current will flow. This is IC. Okay. Now this is the overall configuration. You can see that this is more complex than other bridge configuration. I hope this is clear now. Okay. Now what we have, I1 equals to I3. This is the condition for balance condition. Okay, I1 equals to I3, but I2 is not equals to I4 actually. If we apply KCL in this point, we will get I2 is I4 plus IC, right? And now this IC can be written as, means if I just, let me give some time, this I1 equals to I3. Okay, I1 equals to I3, so the voltage across this point will be I1 into R3, and that is equals to voltage across this point, means this IC into 1 by j omega c, right? Now what will be IC? IC is j omega c R3 into I1, right? Now these things, if I just write down the voltage across this first, um, the voltage across first term is I1 into R1 plus small r1 plus j omega L1, right, is equals to this I2 into R2, I2 into R2, this voltage equals to this voltage, right, because there is no current flow through this circuit for means detector circuit. Here this circuit will be included, and plus means I2. Okay, but there is no inductor here actually, sorry for the mistake, there is no inductor, means R2, I2 into R2 plus this circuit IC into R. Okay, this is one formula, and the second formula is this voltage, means this inductor, this internal inductor and the internal capacitor, whatever the voltage IC into R plus 1 by j omega c, right, is equals to this voltage. Okay, so what will be the voltage? I4 R4, I4 R4, right, and this R I4 can also be written as I4, and that is equals to I2 minus IC. It can be written as I2 minus IC. If I solve these two equation and this equation, I see this equation and this equation, we will get the resistor value, unknown resistor R1, and that is equals to R2 R3 by R4 minus this R1. Okay, and the inductor L1 is equals to C, this C, into R3 divided by R4 into this small R4 plus R2 plus R2 R4. Okay, so these are the two findings from the Anderson bridge. Okay, now advantage is there, we are using the fixed capacitor. Okay, so from the means Maxwell inductor capacitor bridge, we are using variable capacitor. Here we are using a fixed capacitor. But the main disadvantage of this Anderson bridge is it is much more complex. Okay, this bridge is very much complex in construction point of view. Okay, so these are the different bridge are used for measuring the inductance.